the so-called democratically elected leaders are doing this, what moral justification do we have to condemn the past military leaders? They should go and apologize to them. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
To your question,
Yes, sir.
our security staff was on duty here. Our security staff was on duty. As by the rules, there is only somebody here 24 hours. He was harassed, bundled, hounded, after a while, taken around, including to the second floor. For goodness sake, if the police, by the use of their sophisticated technological equipment, were able to trace an international terrorist, quote, I always say, quote, to Labour House, to the second floor, what brought them to the 10th floor? I want to tell you, we occupy at least 3 floors here, including the 10th, 2nd, and 1st floors. So what took the police to the 10th floor? And I want to reaffirm to you here, there and then, that you have executives of the Nigerian Labour Congress on the 2nd floor. It is not only the bookshop that is there. And as part of the process of further explanation, if you know of an international terrorist, or of a terrorist, whether a provincial one or a local one or international one, you know where that terrorist is. Is it not incumbent upon you to go there when the person is likely to be around? That terrorist, except the terrorist lives in this building, and there are no residentials here. Secondly, a bookshop is a public place. You could stroll in any time. You could stroll in incognito. Say you want to buy this, you want to buy that. On the basis of that, you could spring your operation. That way, you not only have your quarry, you possibly have the seditious literature or publications that you're after. Why would the police wait until the hours of darkness? And why would they come? Even the occupants were the ones who stayed late, but on that very day, we had left. So, what were they after? So, these their explanations, in our humble view, are afterthoughts and unjustifiable, and they make us Nigerians look stupid. These are people we have spent money training. What has happened to their years of experience? An operation as simple as that. Go after, at least they say, one person. Go after one single quarry, one person. First, you came with about 7 truckloads. And you couldn't even arrest that fly. You couldn't arrest, you couldn't pick. So all of that, to arrest one person. And then let me also explain to you. Nigerian Labour Congress, nobody, no organization, no individual can be more patriotic than the Nigerian Labour Congress. The integrity, the sovereignty, and the unity of this country, our primary concerns. I tell you this, if there is anything that constitutes a threat to this country in any part of it, Nigerian Labour Congress will not be associated with such an act or such a person. It should have been obvious to our security personnel that our interest in this country, our concern for the sovereignty, for the national interest, is not governed by salaries or allowances or their bogus budgets, but by patriotism. We don't do it for wages. We do it as a way of life. So nobody should lecture us on threats to this country. Yes, John Bosco.
John Bosco is my name.
you have given the police and the federal government, have told them to apologize to the Nigerian Labour Congress. What of the situation they didn't apologize? What would be our next line of action? 2. Now you said the invaders, the boats, came at the odd hour. What do you suspect may have been their mission coming at that particular time of the night?
Sir.
Forensic audit carried out. What did you find out? And after the forensic audit, have you been doing more?
Thank you very much. I'll take these two first. John Bosco, there is a lot of honor and dignity in saying I'm sorry when you are wrong. In light of this, we would advise the federal government and the Nigerian police and those who came with them to summon the requisite courage to say we are sorry. In the event they do not do so, there are options open to us. And we're at liberty to use any of them, including withholding our services, because we are entitled to protection, to safe and peaceful occupancy of this building, free from threat from anyone, least of all the state. Note, it is also within our right to internationalize this problem. I'll leave it at that. But take note, this is not good public relations for this country. People are laughing at us. Ordinary people on the street speaking on the radio try to draw a comparison between what happened here in Nigeria and what happened in Kenya. How the president of Kenya was manly enough, came out to say, I made a mistake. I have done you wrong. There are 3 options. Either impeach me or do this or do that or do that. He apologized. But we're in Nigeria where leaderships believe they are infallible. They deify themselves and sit in judgment over the rest of the entities. But I tell you, they can't be God. They can't be the supreme God. Your question. The second person?
Yes. So the second one.
Yes. What was the second question?
What you suspect in the hybrid
yeah. It's in furtherance of the hybrid war. A hybrid war is a comprehensive war. They're hitting you from here, they're hitting you from here. I just mentioned to you the letter written by the Register of Trade Unions, relying on Section 15 of the Trade Unions Act, threatening us that what is our relationship with Labour Party and so on and so forth. But as I said, anyway, this is not a courtroom. At the appropriate time, we will have a response for him. And then I also mentioned to you government's vicious attempt now to trample on the freedom of the trade unions. And the law is evidently clear that the trade unions should be allowed to run as separate entities free from interference. Okay? So, they do not have any right, government does not have any right to determine what the tenure of union leaders should be. Okay, so when you look at all of this happening together, at the same time, the letter from the Register of the Trade Unions came either 2 days before this protest or a day. Okay, and this issue of tenure that has reared its head, it's all part of the calculated attempt to emasculate organized labor, to suppress lawful dissent. And I tell you, it is not only here that are doing it. This is not only space that are doing it, but it is more manifest against labor because labor is the biggest and the most vocal pan-Nigerian organization. And I tell you, we will not be intimidated. Your question. You said, we did, you will recall in our communique of 10th August 2024, among other commitments we made, we said we are going to do a forensic audit or assessment of our violated environment. In the era of advanced technology, an invader could plant anything. They could plant bugs, they could plant IEDs, they could cause other acts of mischief. So in our view, we felt, no, we are going to ask our staff to stay away from this place. And we did ask staff to stay away. We say we're going to carry out an audit, a forensic audit. And I want to tell you, I want to assure you, we have done our best. Our findings remain secret to us. Yes, we resume after our findings. We have our findings documented. They remain secret to us. And we have also taken certain proactive and protective measures as well.
Sir, by any means, will this lead to strike?
I answered this question. I said there are options open to us. That decision will not be taken at this press conference. That decision will not be taken by any of us here. When that time comes, it will be taken by the appropriate organs of the Congress and their allies.
No, without further questions, gentlemen of the press, please. This is the end of the press conference. There is victory for us. Victory. There is victory for us. In the struggle for our members. There is victory for us. Forward ever. Backward never. In the struggle for Nigeria. There is victory. A people united
Can never be defeated.
A people united
Can never be defeated.
Forward ever.
Backward never.
Forward ever.
Backward never.
Thank you, gentlemen of the press.